what's so cool to me about blogging, I mean, beyond the fact that really how I'm seeing WordPress is it really is becoming almost a replacement for Dreamweaver. Do you really need to learn Dreamweaver? I mean, we've got WordPress, and WordPress is going to, handle our sort of our online presence, right? Do you need to go through the hassle of learning HTML and CSS and all this spooky, scary stuff? And as a quick side note, that stuff is not that hard at all. It's very straightforward. But if you're not interested in learning that stuff, you certainly don't have to. You could just kind of plow through with WordPress and not be bothered with it. But of course, you could really take WordPress further, and you can get into a lot of customization, knowing HTML and CSS and knowing Dreamweaver and knowing some of your other applications, right? But let me show you this. What really excites me about WordPress is, I mean, I should really check my history, but I believe that blogging really kind of took off sort of in the political scene. There were a lot of political related blogs. I think this is back in the late 90s and things like this. But anyway, what's cool about all this is now blogging has exploded, and in virtually every industry, every niche interest area, you can find blogs. I mean, if you're interested in Japanese animated cartoons, there's blogs about it. If you're interested in traditional Russian cooking, I don't know, I'm grasping here, there's blogs about it. If you're interested in great Alaskan fly fishing, there's blogs about it. And there's blogs for guys that are peddling DVDs on the internet. I can't think of any off the top of my head. But there's also, here's a bunch of other blogs. I thought I would bounce off you here. This is one that my wife loves. It's thepioneerwoman.com. And you can go and check this out. This woman, I don't know much about her, but my wife goes crazy for this. She lives in, is it Wyoming or something like this? I don't know. But I think the history is that she used to live in LA. She was a city girl, and then she got married and moved out to, out into the sticks somewhere. And she posts content about recipes and about building fences, I guess, and all kinds of stuff. My wife loves it. She goes crazy for it. And I guess she's into photography and gardening and, some homeschooling and junk like this. So check it out. I mean, my wife loves it. She goes crazy for it. Now, one that I like is Smashing Magazine. And this is a little bit more my speed. This is a lot of, web design, graphic design, advertising, blogging. You'll find tons of WordPress content, by the way, on Smashing Magazine. So you can definitely check out smashingmagazine.com. Very cool blog. Lots of great content there. And then here's another one, again, sort of in a completely different industry, the Huffington Post, which I'm sure you've heard of. And again, this is sort of, coming at it from a news angle. So again, you can take a look here and see how they've arranged things. I'm sure you've even been here before, but they've got most popular sort of over here in the sidebar, and they've got, sort of regular posts kind of happening throughout the blog. And it's really sort of arranged. Oh, Geraldo, I forgot all about him. Anyway, this was hilarious. I'm sorry, I'm digressing. Jon Stewart, we just watched that last night. That was too funny. Kind of a Glenn Beck jab there. But anyway, where am I going with this? Sort of more of a newspaperish kind of feel to a blog here. So again, every industry has, a lot of blogs happening, hundreds of blogs at least happening here. So what I want to show you super fast here before I completely digress off track here is this. What I've been showing you here is the front end of these blogs, what the visitor sees, right? So the visitor comes and they see some content, and they can click on some links and all the rest of it, right? Well, what about the back end? What does the back end look like? Well, at least here in WordPress, we have something called the dashboard, and I'm going to be giving you a massive tour of the back end, but here's the short and sweet. If I flip over here, this is what the back end looks like, which is nothing like what the front end looks like. So in my mind anyway, there's the back end and there's the front end. The back end is where you and I come to create new posts and edit content and control the look and feel of our blog and moderate comments and all that great stuff. So there's these two aspects, the front of the blog and the back end of the blog. I hope that makes sense for you.